Hello NASCAR fans! You won't believe this spectacular showdown in Long Pond. In a new video, racing legend Kyle Petty goes all out in an impassioned assessment of Denny Hamlin's controversial maneuver on Kyle Larson at Pocono. Petty takes no punches in casting light on the drama and questioning the ethics of aggressive driving. Did Hamlin's actions go too far? Is this the beginning of a heated rivalry? Tune in to discover as Petty provides a brutally honest assessment of this tense racing scene. Don't miss out, subscribe to our channel and hit the like button for more whereabouts on NASCAR. Let me tell you what went down at the Pocono race in 2023 during the Highpoint.com 400 Cup Series. It was quite a ride for Kyle Larson of Hendrick Motorsports. Starting from the third position on the grid, Kyle, known as Young Money, had a fierce battle with Joey Logano in the first stage, but he ended up in second place. Then, during Stage 2, things got a bit wild as he spun out in front of everyone after Christopher Bell tapped his rear bumper. Despite the setback, Larson managed to bounce back and win Stage 2, but the drama wasn't over yet because during the final stage, he found himself tangling with Denny Hamlin from Joe Gibbs Racing. These two were really going at it on the track. When the race was nearing its end, there was an incident where Alex Bowman, another driver from Hendrick Motorsports, spun out while in third position. This led to a restart with Kyle Larson in the lead and Denny Hamlin on his inside, trying to overtake him. But here's where things got intense. Hamlin tried to push Larson towards the outside wall, causing Larson's car to scrape against the safer barrier, and Hamlin snatched the lead. Larson was not happy about it, to say the least. Under caution, he couldn't hold back his frustration and bumped into Hamlin's car. After the race, in an interview with SiriusXM's Claire B. Lang, Larson expressed his feelings about the incident. He said, "Yeah, I'm sure I have a lot to say, but now I'm just proud of my team. They did a really good job today to get ourselves in a position to win after the spin. So just happy about that and ready to move on and look forward to Grandview Speedway on Tuesday in Sprint Car and Richmond on Sunday." Oh, it didn't end there. After the race, Claire Lang didn't let the issue slide and questioned Kyle Larson about the altercation with Denny Hamlin. Larson didn't hold back and sent a warning to his JGR rival. He mentioned how Hamlin ran him out of room during their intense battle on the track. But despite the frustration, Larson admitted that he didn't pay him back, even when there was a chance to do so under caution. On the other hand, Denny Hamlin had a different take on the situation. He denied running into Kyle Larson, claiming that both drivers wrecked themselves. According to Hamlin, there was a clear lane available, but Larson missed the corner first and had some issues with his right side tires not being clean when he accelerated. Hamlin adamantly stated that he didn't touch either of them during the incident. Ross Chastain, who is known for his aggressive driving style, seems like Denny Hamlin managed to outdo him in that department during the particular race. During the Pocono race, Chastain found himself crashing against a wall after Hamlin's car, the number 11, forced him up the track. And interestingly, Hamlin didn't show any remorse for his actions. In fact, he seemed to think that what he did was just part of the game and necessary to secure the lead. What made matters more intriguing was the Kyle Larson incident. NASCAR veteran Kyle Petty, who is known for being candid about racers and their performances, had something to say about Denny Hamlin's attitude after the crash at Pocono. He shared his honest take with Tony Stewart during a post-race interview. Kyle Petty noticed something interesting about Kyle Larson's attitude too. Earlier in the season at Kansas, Hamlin had pushed Larson against the wall, but Larson took it sportingly, shrugging it off as part of racing. However, the dynamic changed after the crash at Pocono, and Larson displayed heavy frustration. Even the fans were visibly upset, booing despite Hamlin achieving his 50th Cup Series win. Kyle Petty pointed out this shift in Larson's attitude and emphasized that it was unusual to see Larson so visibly mad, especially considering that he and Hamlin were considered better friends in the garage area. What do you think about Kyle Petty's statements? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button for more updates. The drama surrounding Denny Hamlin's hard-driving style and his victory at Pocono continued to make headlines. Hamlin appeared quite comfortable with how things played out during the race, even going so far as to complain about Kyle Larson's retaliation, suggesting it deserved a penalty. This stance didn't sit well with Kyle Petty, who found Hamlin's victim mentality unsettling. During a post-race analysis, Kyle Petty criticized Hamlin for trying to portray himself as the victim in the situation. Petty even mentioned that they had played Hamlin's radio communication during the race, which didn't support his claims of being a victim. According to Petty, Hamlin needed to take responsibility for his aggressive driving instead of playing the victim card. Larson, on the other hand, seemed to understand Hamlin's ways both on and off the track, implying that this behavior was not entirely surprising. Despite Hamlin achieving his 50th Cup Series win, surpassing Tony Stewart's record, Kyle Petty was not impressed. For Petty, the number of wins didn't matter if it meant Hamlin would consistently resort to wrecking other drivers just for the sake of winning. He enjoyed the race overall, including the strategy and excitement, but he expressed disapproval of the way it ended. Petty referenced a similar move Hamlin made last year that resulted in the crash involving Ross Chastain, indicating that this pattern of behavior was a cause for concern. Indeed, Denny Hamlin's refusal to acknowledge his role in the crash and his apparent lack of integrity in pursuing victory has left a negative impression on Kyle Petty, the 1995 Miller Genuine Draft 500 winner. Petty observed that people who always see themselves as right often lack remorse for their actions. He believes that Hamlin fits this description, as he seems to live in his own world without taking responsibility for the consequences of his driving. While Petty acknowledges Hamlin's incredible talent as a race car driver, he also points out that this win-at-all-cost mentality was evident in the Pocono race and could become a defining aspect of Hamlin's racing style. The Pocono race certainly stirred up controversy and made Denny Hamlin an unpopular figure among the fans in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. After the race, even his own Joe Gibbs Racing teammate Martin Truex Jr. had some criticism for Hamlin's late race move on Kyle Larson. Truex Jr. revealed that during the race, he had the opportunity to make a similar move as Hamlin did, but he chose not to. When he was running in third place, Truex Jr. opted to pick the outside lane behind Larson, which helped him move up to second position. However, when it came to the final decisive move, Truex Jr. picked the front row instead, hoping to get the necessary push to challenge for the lead. Unfortunately, he didn't get the push he needed and fell back, having to fight his way back to contention. According to Truex Jr., he pushed other drivers forward throughout the race, but when it came to being the leader, he noticed that whoever was in front of him would maintain their position. While Truex Jr. felt that he made the right lane choices similar to Hamlin, he pointed out one crucial difference. Hamlin's move on Larson involved pushing the number 5 car too deep into the corner and running him close to the fence off of turn 2. Truex Jr. didn't make such an aggressive move and implied that Hamlin's actions were somewhat dirty or unfair. In essence, Truex Jr. expressed his dissatisfaction with Hamlin's tactics and suggested that the extra bit of aggression made the difference in Hamlin's victory. The incident left Truex Jr. and many fans questioning the ethics of hard driving and whether such aggressive maneuvers should be part of competitive racing. With Kyle Larson sending a warning to his JGR rival and tensions still high after the Pocono race, it's clear that there's a rivalry brewing between these two drivers. As they move on to the upcoming races, all eyes will be on them to see how their on-track battles unfold. Hamlin will need to be on guard, as Larson will undoubtedly be looking for an opportunity to get back at him for what went down at Pocono. The racing world will be eagerly anticipating their next face-off on the track. So that's all we've got for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Tell us what you think of the video in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in the upcoming video.